Hello everybody and welcome back to another vlog where we're going to be talking about some super awesome stuff today. We're going to talk about Wildstar and the Warrior series and a couple other things that are really cool, especially giveaways coming up. So the first thing is in the background is the Wildstar end of beta event footage. I was on average getting anywhere from 5 to 10 frames a second, which is pretty terrible. But I'd figure I'd show you guys it because it was kind of cool that the devs were messing around for the final hours of open beta before the game launches and everything, and it was just kind of a cool sight. So with that, I will also put in some dungeon footage from the level 20 dungeons, just so you have something to watch that isn't super freaking choppy. But I figured it'd be cool to show you a little bit of this. So with that, it's a perfect segue to talk about Wildstar stuff. I've been getting a lot of questions like, are you making a guild? What server are you going to be on? Can I join your guild when you're playing Wildstar? Can I raid with you guys? Here's the deal. We're not going to be making our own guild in Wildstar. And I'll talk about the reason in a second, but we're also going to be playing on a PvP server, which I will also talk about in a second, but just keep that in mind that if you wanted to play with us, you'll probably be on a PvP server. And I know that's surprising to a lot of you who've been following me for a while. You're like, what, Zen? You're gonna be PvPing? It's like, yes, the PvP in Wildstar is really fun, and I can't wait for war plots and stuff, so we're gonna be doing a PvP server. But with that, the reason we are not going to be creating a guild is because of the 40-man raids. So we really want to raid. We really want to be a competitive raid team. And it's just really hard to find 40 people. I'm a busy person. You know, I put up at least a single video a day on this YouTube for the past, 2 years. It takes a lot to do that. It takes a lot of, time to make sure that you have enough videos for, a given day or a week or whatever. I just don't have the time to find 40 people to raid with, It was enough trying to get 8 people in Star Wars. I couldn't imagine trying to get 40. So instead, we are joining a competitive raid team. We're joining a guild that we already know is really good. And I'm happy to announce that my guys, there's about 6 of us that are switching over to Wildstar, have joined Severity Gaming. And we will be raiding with them, and it's going to be super fun. They're cool people. If you probably have heard of them if you followed Star Wars for any given time, but if you haven't, they're just a good raid team. You find them at severitygaming.com. We're not having you guys like as a massive viewer base like we did in Star Wars join the guild and be like, oh my gosh, you come play with us. It's gonna be different than that. If you are a competitive raider and you want to join Severity, then by all means go sign up. But for the most part, this isn't our mass viewership can come join us. This is it's a guild in which the goal is to be raiding. So if that's what you're into and that's your kind of gameplay, then that might be a guild for you. You can find them at severitygaming.com. Now, with that, I wanted to mention that while we won't have a guild for you guys to join and communicate with us, we will have a community, which is it's something that the game allows you to create that is an open thing. You could join multiple communities, kind of like in Diablo 3 with the new community system they added there. And we'll have all of the it's people like me and Garrick in there, so you guys can talk to us when we're online, and you guys can come PvP with us, and you can communicate that way. We won't be announcing what server we're going to be on until the Tuesday that the game launches. We'll be in early access on the 31st, but we won't announce the server that we're on until Tuesday because we just don't want all of our guys getting super spammed. So here's the thing. If you really, really, really wanted to play on the same server as us, send me a private message on Twitter or on YouTube and stuff, and I'll get that to you. Otherwise, on Tuesday, I'll just throw it out there, and everybody can see it on our Twitter and our Facebook, which will be super cool. Probably on the website, too. So with that, we'll also be doing a lot of launch stuff, so I'm going to be super busy for launch, but you guys will have just as many videos as usual. So I think that's enough talking about Wildstar. It's going to be super fun. If you haven't pre-ordered already, it's going to be an amazing game, and every time I play it, like this entire week, I've been trying to avoid playing it because I know I'm going to just super power through it when the game comes out, but I just, right at that last moment, I started installing a ton of add-ons, and I was like, oh, this is super fun, and then, all of Saturday and Sunday, I was playing a ton of Wildstar. I just love it. It's a lot of fun. But let's talk about other things that are coming on the channel. First is Transistor. Transistor comes out tomorrow as I'm making this video, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to do 2 videos this week. There won't be any Kerbal this week. I'm going to do 2 videos this week, so I'll do Wednesday and or Tuesday and Wednesday for Transistor, and then it will continue to fall on the weekend, so then Saturday and Sunday. So this week we'll have kind of a double dose of Transistor, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Bastion, as you guys probably know, is my favorite game of all time, so Transistor is something I'm really excited for, considering it too is made by Supergiant, and it's got a lot of the same ideas and elements in it. With the Warrior series, though, it is done. I have completed recording it and everything. I have 1.6 terabytes of Star Wars footage on my hard drives ready to create. I'm working on the trailer today. As soon as the trailer's done, I'm just going to literally sit down and record like 10 episodes, render them out, record another 10, render them out, and to just upload them. It will come on Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays is when the Star Wars will hit. And the other thing with that to keep in mind is the episodes will be longer now. We're just going to blaze through this Warrior series, and it's going to be good. I'm kind of excited for it. Yesterday, I actually had the chance to sit down and uninstall Star Wars because I'm done now. I'm done with everything that I needed to do on it, and it was a little bit of a sad moment because it's not like I hate Star Wars, you know. It was tough because this is a game that I really love and I've enjoyed over the past couple of years, and the reason I switched to it in the first place is because it was so good, and it is still so good. But there is no raid content for this there anymore, and as many of you know, that's the reason why I play MMOs. You know, I raid, and now I'm kind of getting interested in PvP. And Wildstar just provides so much of that for me that it's the next logical place for me to go. But it was really tough to get rid of Star Wars off my hard drive, and it was pretty sad. So, you know, that's just a little bit of sentimental thoughts there. I'll talk a little bit more about that in the Warrior series itself. I've been getting a couple questions of why the Diablo series hasn't started yet. We said that we would do that at launch. It's because getting 3 people together that are all really busy is super hard to do. And with what's coming up on the channel, we're going to have 2 videos every single day for quite a while. So the Diablo series at the moment is put on hold. We still want to do it because we love the game, you know. So we're probably going to do it eventually, just not right away. And it's a hardcore, you know, playthrough. So, you know, it should be fun to watch, but I just don't know when it's coming. So for those of you who keep asking on that, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know. I'll let you know when it's coming up, though, for sure, if we decide to do it. And the last thing that I really need to talk about was the website. And this is something that our web designer keeps pushing for, and I understand why. But he wants me to continue mentioning it because there is cooler and cooler things coming to the website, as many of you have already seen. The first of which had already pushed out was the point system. So actually it's doing anything on the website, whether you're watching videos, you're commenting, you're doing all this stuff, it gives you points, and those points you can purchase things. Well, a lot of the stuff that we're going to be throwing up there is going to be coming quite rapidly, like the rest of the wallpapers for the Warrior series, for Transistor, and a couple other things. So those will be really cool for you guys to get. They'll be cheap, you know, they're just a set of wallpapers, so it's not going to be something too crazy. However, we're going to have other things in the future, and it's going to be really cool. It just needs to ramp up. We're still developing that system, and we're taking your guys' feedback on it as well. But we're going to be doing a giveaway here shortly for a couple EverQuest Next landmark keys that we have, so you guys will be able to get that. And I'm pretty sure you can get it on Steam too, which is pretty cool. So we're going to be doing a giveaway for a few of those keys and whatnot, and you'll know when that'll happen, but it's going to be in conjunction on the website and through the YouTube, so it'll be kind of like a pair up there that you'll have to do a couple things in order to enter the giveaway. And lastly, with the website, we're starting to get to the point where Garrick will, this year, hopefully have his own YouTube channel. We've been kind of working with him and getting him to the point where he feels comfortable making his own videos, and for the most part, he's getting there, you know? Any of you who've been watching his videos know that he's done a pretty good job on keeping it going. I'm impressed, and it's getting to the point where later this year he'll have his own channel, and with that, anytime he uploads a video, it will be posted to the website as well, because it's the OSW network, and he's obviously a part of that. So it will give you basically a single place for you guys to think about, you know, like where all these videos are coming from. So you don't have to subscribe to both of us on YouTube and like sort through the hundreds of YouTube subscriptions that you have. I understand, you know, that could be a bit of a mess. So it'll be a good place when he ends up getting his channel, that will all be posted to the website naturally, and then you can just see all of our videos every day, which is it's a cool way of going about it. And we've set up the whole I guess foundation of the website for this idea. Any of you who have been following us for a while know that this was my idea to begin with, which was to have a multiple channel network where people are doing different things. You know, he's interested in games that I just won't do, like Dark Souls. He's also ready to do other types of games, and eventually we'll expand that network out even further as we go, but that's just all in good time. We're having a lot of fun with what we're doing currently, and we're always planning. You know, we're always a couple months ahead on what our actual planning is, because that's the way I work in my head. So if and when his channel pops up this year, you'll know well beforehand, and we'll get you guys plenty of information on that as he continues to get better doing his videos, which is really cool. You gotta applaud him for doing something that is really difficult to do, and it's what he wants to do. So, you know, he's working at it, and it's really cool to see him constantly getting better. So it's like my little Padawan, basically, and I like it a lot. But with all of that being said, if you guys have, you know, any questions on, you know, the Warrior series or Wildstar, any of that stuff, let me know. Once again, if you need to know what server we're going to be playing on, just private message me either on YouTube or Twitter or Facebook or something, and I'll let you know what server that is. But I'm not letting the mass majority of people know who just don't really care yet, because it's to protect the guild if they don't want anybody knowing yet, and two, it's to protect the players, you know, part of all that as well. So with that being said, I think this pretty much wraps up anything we need to talk about for at least the next month. It's going to be really busy on the channel. There's going to be a lot of stuff, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So we shall see you guys next time.